Hello guys and girls, and this is Rishabh Dhanuka Gaming, and we are in the, I would say, phase 2 or part 2 of the Unity drama. And today we're going to talk about what happened further, what are the things that went on in the back end, and like the Twitter drama, then each developer tweeting about what's in the current scenario with their projects that have been made in Unity or that are like already been made in Unity in the previous version and to be scheduled for launch maybe in the September, October, or coming months. So there's a lot to catch up, and I'm gonna make it short and precise. So let's move on to the video itself. So after what I have explained before in my last video, this post was made where Unity understood that developers were pissed, were angry, and they made a forum page where they try to discuss the feedbacks and questions regarding to this current scenario. And I'm going to show you the forum and show you what was it all about. Once again, you can see on September 30th, they have already updated this page. About the price gouge, and they have talked about some of the key features and concerns regarding downloads. And one of the things that was concerning that uh we are not gonna like charge a fee for reinstallation. Obviously, I mean, if a guy like me, I frequently get bored of a game, I uninstall the game. After some time I reinstall the game, so every time I'm reinstalling it, the developer has to pay a price for me reinstalling the game. And I cannot keep a game installed for a long time because I need to uninstall and like install the new game that I'm gonna play because I have limited storage in my space. And that's the reason I have a cloud library. That's the reason I have Steam. That's the whole purpose of Steam. And imagine if me installing and reinstalling stuff gonna charge developers. Developers will not allow that kind of shit. They will put caps on the number of installs that we can have, and that's kind of shitty, I guess. Then fraudulent install charges. I mean, that was never that. I don't know how they would have calculated the numbers of installs for a cracked game, like a game that's already been cracked. I mean, see, obviously, if it's even cracked and someone is playing with the software so that their DRM is not there, they will obviously gonna remove the tracker slash whatever that will be to calculate the number of copies that are pirated. So I mean, pirated people would not be connecting to the internet. So how are they going to calculate how many fraudulent installs there are there? Then talking about trials, partly payable demos, and automatically installed developer upcharge. Obviously, developers are going to continuously work on the game, so they will install the new patched update versions of it and gonna see if it's working, and the tester team will go for it. So charging them for testing a game that they're making every time they're testing it, and like patching a game and then installing the new patch and just trying to check if the game is working, is if gonna that's gonna cost you money. Developers are already being in crunch times and launching games in half baked state, and even if they're gonna be charged for testing the game, they're gonna not test the game, and then the game will be much more shittier like the game will be launched in much more shittier state than they're actually right now, and that's kind of bad. And trials and demos should not be charged because mostly the people that are indie developers do like push a lot of demos and stuff like that, and if they're being charged for demos and trials, even if it's in a different package, it's still going to be heavy on the wallet for developer that just started off developing games for free. I mean, if a person is working and developing games on personal pack, definitely he doesn't have the funds to buy a Pro Unity or a Enterprise Unity pack, and that's the reason he is using a free version of the Unity software. And you're gonna charge him for the money that even if he's not earning, that's kind of shitty. Then web and streaming games, we're not gonna count web and streaming games towards an install count either. I mean, imagine your game going free on Steam or on Epic or going for Game Pass, where they're going to pay a substantial small amount to play the game, and they're going to install it multiple times, and there's going to be fucking millions of Game Pass users, a million downloads just because your game was on Game Pass on a subscription basis. That's gonna be like a huge burden on companies, and that could ruin a lot of businesses in the gaming industry. Charity installs. Maybe Mr. Beast wants to make a game and to raise funds for the game he made. And imagine if he's making a video and Mr. Beast videos go up to like 100 million, 150 million, maybe 50 million. And imagine this 150 million people install the game and they install the game and they play the game just for the charity purposes. And now Mr. Beast owes more money than he has to pay the charity. I mean, what's the fucking use of the fucking charity in the game stuff, right? So these are the updates that were made for regarding money things, and then there was concerns regarding who's going to impact most, because many people are concerned that then people that are going to be impacted were the small developers, because they don't have bucks in their pockets to pay for games that they have made for free with their hard work across a long period of time. So the Unity team has answered to them on 16 September, not 16, 13 September, that the price increase is very targeted. In fact, more than 90% of the customers will not be affected. Customers who will be impacted are generally those who found a substantial gain in downloads and revenue, and they have reached our install and revenue threshold. This means low or no fees for creators who have no found scale of success yet, and a modest one-time fee for those who have. We want to acknowledge the confusion and frustration we have heard. We announced our new runtime policy. We would like to clarify some of the questions. I mean, they definitely had some, like they said that they're gonna track each game with, I guess, their tracking software. And imagine people who are concerned with securities. I mean, Nutahar, someone in came at it already talked about it. Many people who are concerned with their privacy and with the data that could be leaked, like their computer specs and a lot of other stuff that could, I mean, there could be a DDoS attack, for Christ's sake, in the game. And with this Unity recording system, they could have a lot of data about each and every person. That's shitty. Then on the 17th of September, they updated that we heard you and we apologize for the confusion and against the runtime policy we announced on Tuesday, because we are listening, talking to our teams, community, customers, partners, and we'll be making changes to the policy. We'll share an update in the couple of days. Thank you for your honest and critical feedback. I mean, I don't know who is more worse, Todd Howard or this guy at Unity. I mean, this guy is fucking crazy, bro. And then they say, thank you for your feedback. We are closing the thread as it continues to, it's now outdated, and we like you to invite and continue and discuss in our new latest thread, which includes updates to the Unity price policy. So let's see what that updated version of the Unity price policy is. Important update for Unity runtime fee policy. Hi everyone, we published an open letter for our community about charges we are making to the Unity runtime free policy that we have announced last week. These charges were based on your feedback, and we made to ensure you're aware. Please also consider FAQ for additional information. If you have any questions about these charges, please let us know in the thread so that we can address them. Please note that it may take some time before we are able to respond. We also invite us to live fireside chat with Mark White, President of Unity Create, hosted by Jason Weeman, industry veteran and content creator, on his YouTube channel today at 4 p.m. EAET, 1 p.m. PT. So over here is the open letter from Unity. It's written to our community. Mark White, I lead Unity Create, which includes Unity engine and editing team. I want to start with this. I'm sorry. Like, bro, you're sorry you fucked up and the people like called you out. I mean, if they wouldn't have called you out, you would have got pushed on with the fucking freaking policy that was a death trap to many indie developers. We have spoken with more of you, and we shall have incorporated more of your feedback before announcing our new runtime policies. Our goal with this policy is to ensure we can continue to support you today and tomorrow and keep deeply invested in our gaming engine. You are what makes Unity great, and we know we need to listen and work hard to earn your trust. We have heard your concerns and we are making the changes in the policy we announced to address them. Our Unity personal will remain free, and there will be no runtime game fee for game built in Unity personal. We will increase the cap from 100,000 to 200,000, and we will remove the requirement to make with Unity splash screen. No game with less than 1 million in trail of 12 months revenue will be subjected to the fee. For those creators on Unity Pro and Enterprise, we will also make changes based on your feedback. The runtime policy will also apply to beginners with new LTS versions. Unity shipping in 2024 and beyond. Your games that are currently shipped and projects you're currently working on will not be included unless you choose to upgrade them to the newest version of Unity. We will make sure that you can stay on the terms and applications for the version of Unity editor. You can also you're also you are using as long as you keep using that version. So basically, if you're using the version that is before the version that's going to be launched in 2044 and beyond, you will still not be have to be paying the runtime fees irrespective of your enterprise or co-op like corporation. We will make sure that you stay up on the terms applicable for the version of Unity editor you are using as long as you keep using the version. For games that subjected for runtime, we will also give you a choice of either a 2.5 revenue share or calculated amount based on numbers of new people engaged with your game each month. Both these numbers are self-reported now, which were obviously before were recorded by the tracker that Unity was working on. From the data you already have available, you will also be billed the lesser amount. We want you to continue to build best engines for creators. We truly love this industry, and you are the reason why. I'd like to invite you to join me for the live fireside chat hosted by Jason Wimen today at 4 p.m. ET and 1 p.m. PT, where I'll do my best to answer your questions. In the meantime, here's more details. Thank you for caring as deeply as you do, and thank you for giving us hard feedback. I mean, you fucked us like all the developers in our ass, and you expect us to forgive you after all this thing is happening right now. And oh yeah, here's the great change in summary of prices and a lot of stuff. And they have like updated this page. But if you go to the Wayback Machine, you'll see the old prices were pretty shitty. I've talked about it. I've showed them, and there is this runtime fee estimator now in the arsenal where you can estimate like let's say I'm using really personal. I've exceeded 200,000 USD. I said yes. And game created with the latest LTS version. Okay, I said yes. Then instead the revenue estimate is 0. If I go to Pro, I say yes, yes. Then it will show that I have to pay 5,000 dollars for runtime fees. So basically, this is convenient that I can at least see how much I'm getting fucked before I'm getting fucked. So I know that what are the prices I'm paying for that. This is a good fun endeavor. I can link in the put this in the link in the description just for you to see what's going on. And after the open letter, they have created a lot of different tweets as well. If I'm going to go back to the tweets itself right now, this is us the initial tweet, right? That we read. So if I go a little bit top, they have said that we acknowledge the confusion and frustration we heard after we announced our new random policy. We like to clarify some of the top questions and concerns. Who is impacted by price? They have already mentioned that in their page. And if we go over there, we have this one on the 18th of September. We have heard you. We apologize for the confusion and angst that runtime policy on Thursday. We are listening to you and plus the same thing that they posted on the website. Nothing new from what they have done. And from that, they have backtracked from their current thing that they have done. And if you go to Unity and you just write Unity runtime policy thingy over here, if you just write Unity runtime policy, and if you see if you see that there will be like updates on shit like this by other people, and if you just search Unity, and you will see that a lot of people have like Unity like responded to Unity's, what do you say, dishonesty towards its developers and trying to screw them up even harder. So if you just search Unity engine, you see that multiple studios like hashtag Unity engine. If you just see the hashtag Unity engine, you'll see multiple developers. Here's new now. Developer, several years I have embarked on a journey with Unity, a tool that promised to reshape the realm of game development. How over time, my experience become tainted. Strangely enough, it wasn't the numerous scandals. The real kicker for me was the 2021 rebranding was geared towards expanding outside game development. Here's a list of things that you want under. So this is so basically these are the plans. Like these are the plans that this stockholders are showing right now, and the concern that they're showing right now. Just by literally saying like all the other studios, like over here, Red Studios over here. Unity recently announced a new plans and pricing to hear that they are now changing charging a fee for every time a game is installed without consent or consideration from the developer is distressing. This is no doubt hurts small indie studios and creators. Torch Staff demo was created in Unity and was currently used by the using the engine for the full production of our game. One of the main reasons we choose Unity was because its original price was affordable and perfect for the small indie teams with limited funds like ours own. Independent developers have relied on Unity to create countless games that we know and love today. Our trust has been broken and every growing uncertainty due to this sudden change and continued lack of clarity from Unity. The Unity developer community is feeling the weight of yet another profit-driven decision punishing all of us. At this time, our team is taking steps to consider how adversely this may affect our studio, including any potential delay if we have to change game engines and start all over again. We surely will be sure to update everyone if this is the case. We sincerely hope that Unity considers this action. And there's not just one studio, Nikki Studio over here, like many studios, like based on the like after the initial announcement, like I think it was uh over here sometime. Uh I think they have removed it. I'm not sure about it. Maybe they have removed it because it's not here because it was ratioed pretty severely bad, and I think it's this one. And there was one person that asked. I've shown like I've already shown you this one that Gary's concerns that these are the questions that Gary asked, and this was the reply that he got, and that was pretty shitty at the start. And there's not just replies from like small people. There were replies from fucking developers, and like developers show their concerns severely. Like they were like completely pissed at Unity. Like every person that developed game in Unity. Like here's Robot Gentleman Statement, and like millions of people, like they or even tweeted Godot, so they are probably gonna use Godot over here. Like we said, hashtag Godot. So Godot is another engine that I've talked about. If you want a full video, write down the comment section below. But yeah, so many developers had their concerns, and even after they backtracked, the trust that there was there is lost. Once you lose the trust, they will not go back to the same engine anymore. I mean, they're gonna still complete the development and publish the games that they are already working on. But I don't think there's gonna be more future projects, like more indie future projects on Unity, since indie people have lost their trust and they don't want to get bankrupt all of a sudden while Unity feels like charging them fucking millions of millions as a ransom just for using the engine to develop a game which they didn't clarify before. I mean, which they have clarified before, that if we would have said in the fucking tagline that we want your money, then they wouldn't have approached it in the first place. So thank you all for watching this video. If you really like this video, press the like button and do subscribe to the channel. We'll meet soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.